Oh, no problem at all.
All right, man. Let's get it started, y'all, man. Introduce yourself.
For those that don't know, I am Louis Lemons, the band director at Peabody Magna High School, located in Alexandria, Louisiana. I've been there for going into my 6th year. Graduated from Grambling State University. Um, been a good ride so far at Peabody.
Right. So, man, give your band background, man. Your band facts.
um, like I said, I graduated from Grambling. Did a few years there. Marched on baritone. While I was there, came to Peabody on a whim, lucky, I guess. As the years progressed over at Peabody, we grew in sound, and we've been holding our own, as I'll say, for the last few years.
Okay. All right. So, man, since you're a baritone player, I gotta ask you this question, man. Give me your top five swag baritone sections.
Okay, these are in no particular order.
Okay.
No particular order. I'm gonna say Southern, Grambling, because they've been good the last few years.
Mhm.
Texas Southern, Jackson, and I'll go Alcorn.
Okay. So, man, when did you first fall in love with band?
Me getting in band was actually, I guess, kind of by chance. I needed an elective to get into high school. In the high school, and I did band because my sister was part of the marching band in high school. She played French horn, so I was like, I'll give it a chance, and fell in love. Then, actually, in high school, I was on percussion. I played bass drum, xylophone, marimba, all of that. Then, as I transitioned to college, I switched to baritone. Been in love with it ever since. Never regretted that decision to actually join band.
Okay. So, Lewis, man, what advice would you give, some up and coming band directors?
Advice I would give, I would say number one, stick with it. Always remember that what you're doing is not going to be an easy task. So you got to be committed to it. You're gonna have to roll with the punches. You're gonna have to be ready to get knocked down a few times and get back up and keep going. Just strive and remember why you started doing what you wanted to do. At the end of the day, it's gonna pay off.
Okay. So, what are you looking for in, as far as a band student?
Band student, we really looking for someone who's just committed in doing what we do with as far as the music, the workouts, the marching. As long as you committed and have a drive to do what we do, we can work with you.
Okay. So, man, what do you guys have planned for, for the summer, for the fall?
Um, for the summer, as far as June is concerned, we have our first part of camp, which is like just a half a day, just introduction, review of basics, fundamentals, things like that. Then we have the summer, we have July where we do our full day band camp, where we
Mhm.
go from 8 in the morning to about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's a full day where we learning drill, learning music for the fall, things of that nature. And we do have Juneteenth parade here at Alexandria on June the 19th, so we get ready for that as well.
Okay. So, man, what were some of the challenges that you had to face when you took over Peabody?
I think the biggest challenge I had was learning how to operate with the size of the band,
Hmm.
because a lot of everybody know Peabody is not the biggest band, but what I found out is we're not the biggest, but we're gonna produce a sound like we are the biggest.
Right.
So I had to navigate how to arrange music to make that work, what songs would work for that. Um, Testing the different ways of arranging music, doubling parts in some weaker sections, like things like that, doubling chords in other sections that we wouldn't normally do.
Mhm.
So that was one of the biggest challenges I had when I first got there, especially since it was my first year being a band director. When I came to Peabody, I just had to find ways to make it work. It didn't go the way I wanted to go at first, but as the years progressed, that first year progressed, we found the formula that kind of worked. So we've been going with it ever since.
Okay. So, Lewis, man, since you marched that ground, give me your top. Let me see. Yeah, your top five personal favorite songs that Grandma has played.
Ooh, top five personal favorite. It's a few that we played since I've been there. I want to go with number one, Whitney Houston. I'm your baby tonight.
Mhm.
It was a song called Knee Deep. That was in the movie Good Burger, I think.
Yeah.
It was in the scene of Good Burger. Another song I liked was Wide Open. Like every time I got on the podium to warm up, I would run through that song. It was Wide Open. It was from the movie. It was in the movie Friday. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's what it was. Wide Open, and along with that, I'll say Mary Jane as well. Um, one more. I also have to pull one from my last year, Outstanding by the Gap Band.
Okay, okay. So, like, what made you want to become a band director? Like, what was that moment like?
That moment came out of nowhere, honestly, because I always think I said I didn't want to be a teacher, but when I thought about being a band director, I didn't, in my head, I didn't think of it as being a teacher because music was something that I wanted to do. I did band in high school. That was the only thing I was a part of, and I loved it. So why not continue doing it and find a way to give kids the same joy out of band that I had growing up in band, going to the football games, doing parades, having friends in the band, things of that nature. So I think it's been going pretty good so far, and giving them that opportunity to do something outside the norm.
Right, right, right. Okay. So, what's that one game that you would say that your band students look forward to, or that one band that your band students look forward to?
See, that's kind of tricky because we don't, where we at, we don't see a lot of other bands per
Mm-hmm.
se. But I remember before the COVID year, or maybe it was the COVID year, whichever one I remember. Before the COVID year, we played General Trash out of Lake Providence,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a big game for us because that was the only um show style band we will see that year. So we made sure we was ready for that band to come. Actually, we thought they wasn't gonna come because they were late, but my
Mm-hmm.
kids seen the bus full up, so they was ready to go after that.
Okay, man. So, what's some of the best advice that you have gotten so far since you became a band director?
Um, it might sound weird, but don't be afraid to take help because one thing a lot of band directors do, they want to think they have it on their own.
Mm-hmm.
They want to think they can do it on their own. I got it. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you may know what you're doing, but it doesn't hurt to have that different perspective from a person who's been doing this even 2 years, 3 years. It doesn't hurt to get another perspective on something that you do because there's always ways to improve.
Right, right, right. Okay, man. So, what was your best memory about marching for Grammy? Like your best band memory?
I had a few, but the one that really stuck out to me that I always remember is a fifth quarter we had with UAPB because it was like 2012, 2013, probably 12, but we played a 13 round fifth quarter against UAPB that year. And for us to, for these two bands to go back and forth for that long, that was the longest fifth quarter I ever been in. So it was something to me to say, are we really doing this? We really battling back and forth this long with this many songs, 13 songs each. So that
Mm-hmm.
was a high point to me. And I also have to say 2000, my last year in band, 2014, we the night before we played Jackson, I guess we have a little turn up section in the band room. We was playing Vice Versa, other hype little rap songs. It was just a time for us to let loose, get ready to play Jackson the next day because we know we was coming with it that next day against Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Lewis, man, I gotta ask you this. Now I forgot what year it was, but I think it was the last time Jackson came to ground. Jackson did a field show, and Jackson did the Rock the House chant. Man, how did that make you feel?
Okay, so I wasn't in band for that year, but everybody said that Grambling was one that originally started that.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, it's like a slap in disrespect because I think that year they also played a part of the GSU chant too. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really a slap in the face for you to, play a little bit of our song on our field. So, it's not a good feeling, but I think we got them back. Grambling got them back a couple years later when we played a little bit of the show against them. They really didn't like that, but yeah, it's just not a good feeling to get for them to try to play your own song against you. They not gonna play it like Grambling, but you know.
Okay, okay. So what's your personal favorite songs that you've written for Peabody? Since you've been there.
I think one of my favorites was probably Motown Philly by Boys the Man. That's one I keep kind of going back to. We did a drill tour before we played in parades. That was kind of one I keep going back to. And I'm working on a couple this year that I'm really favoring right now, but y'all stay tuned for that this fall.
Okay, okay. So man, as far as band directors or just arrangers, who would you say were some of your major influences?
Major influences. I have to say, Mr. Roger Jefferson out of Huntington and Shreveport. I really liked his program. We even went against them when at our battle bands before. Miss Desiree Player out of Monroe at Care High School. I always love to hear her band because she always brings something different. She has something that's unexpected and a sound that is unmatched. And I like a lot of what other current band directors are do now because I still look at inspiration from those. I have to say out of St. Helena, Mr. Chester and Fry, he's doing real great with those kids up there. So there's a lot of different places I pull my influences from. Not
I think we got to freeze up, y'all. Let me see if I can get it back on here. Hold on just a minute. Just a minute, y'all. See if we can get him back. See if we can get him back. Just a minute, y'all. See if we can get him back on. Then we're going to have to add him back, y'all. Just a minute, y'all. Just a minute. Technical difficulties, y'all. All right, let me get him back on. Send the link back. Just a minute, y'all. Just a minute. Sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, man. Bandlight Productions. Make sure y'all share. I'm gonna get Mr. Lemons in momentarily. Having a few technical issues, y'all. In the meantime, play some music for y'all. So that's a minute, y'all. He will be right back on. All right, here we go. All right, y'all. Here we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, man. So, do you have any words of encouragement, for your band class that just graduated, or for future band classes? Any words of encouragement?
Like I said before, make sure you stick with whatever you decide you want to do because it's not gonna always go the way you expect it to go. It's not gonna be always wrapped up in a pretty package and be easy, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be what you want. It's just not gonna be the perfect path that you think is gonna be. There's gonna be some bumps in the road, but make sure you stick with it.
Okay. So Lewis, man, how has it been teaching during the pandemic, man? Like how has that been?
That started off pretty rough because I always got the Mr. Lemons, what we gonna do, what we gonna do, what we gonna do, because we're not doing anything. We're not allowed to do anything. Mr. Lemons, what performances we got up? We can't do nothing. And then because with some of the kids, my seniors, I felt like, they got cheated out of a full senior year because they weren't able to travel, do those extra battle bands that we do. So with everything that we tried to make sure that it was memorable for them, at least to give them a little extra few performances throughout the year.
Right. And my co-host Ricky in here. I'm pretty sure you know Ricky.
Yeah,
Ricky,
yeah,
man,
yeah.
what's up, man? Ricky, man, you have some questions?
Oh man, I'm ready to see the new Peabody. I know somebody gonna be teaching during COVID.
Man, you gonna get the same Peabody, the few but mighty.
Huh?
You gonna get the same Peabody, the few but mighty. We gonna always do what we do.
No, I'm talking about. I know you was up there getting your grind on during the Western call. Hey, and I want to say you did a fine job with your drum major by him making drum major down here.
Oh
Right.
yeah, that's good. That's
Man,
speaking on a lot of
shout
what
out
he
to him.
do.
Man, when I saw him, I was like, man, I know that kid. I know him.
Mm-hmm. Right, man. Shout out to him, man. Making drum major for the All-Star band.
Yeah. So I know he's gonna do a good job doing that. So I look forward to actually see him in the performances that's coming up.
Right. Ricky, man, you got some questions for him?
Man, tell you the truth. You know what? Knowing the culture up there, I do. How is it that you're able to keep a consistent sound and a consistent band year in, year out? And do you have a feeder school up there?
Yeah. First of all, we do have a feeder school. Is the middle school across the street, Arthur Smith. It's kind of been wonky lately because they haven't had a consistent director, but we do have one now, Mr. Burley. He graduated from Grambling State University, so that is getting built back up. But keeping that consistent sound is just programming in their head what they need to do and building on it each year, each day. So by the time the new class graduated, the old class graduated, the new class already picked it up. So there's no gap in between what we're doing. So if everybody's producing that same exact sound, when somebody leaves, we still picking up people who can transition into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does it feel being from Grambling? And a lot of people don't really show Grambling the respect that Grambling deserves to me. And how do you think being a former student and a band director from the Grambling side of the playing field, how does you implement that in your kids, plus have them interested in other colleges?
I think, since I am from Graham, I do teach some Grambling stuff as far as basic marching fundamentals or field techniques. I do teach that, but also you have to present the bands in a way of, this is the good side of Grambling. You also give them the bad side because you want to be honest with them, because you want them to make a full decision that's best for them. So you tell them the good parts of Grambling as well as the bad parts, but at the end of the day, you tell them, it's going to be a great experience because they talking to someone who went through that experience. And as far as promoting other schools, I've had to get away from, you got to go to Grambling versus you got to go to school and actually go do something versus just graduating and just walking the street every day. So you have to put them in their head that they have to want to do something better than what they're doing, no matter if they're going to Grambling, PV, UAPB, Jackson, Southern, wherever it may be. They need to take their skills that they have and put them to better use in the future.
Okay, that's a good response. So now as far as like concert band, how do you keep their because it's hard keeping those kids' attention from marching season to Mardi Gras, then that gap to concert season. Do you transition it into one to the other one, or you do it year round?
Yeah, I kind of, because our concert season, it kind of end up into running into the parade season or the Mardi Gras thing. So what I do to kind of balance that is, with our concert pieces, I try to pick something that matches our style, that has that power blowing in it that they are used to, and also add the stuff that give them something, but you got to do this too. Give them what they want, but you got to do this too. You got to do the small, slower pieces, the things of that nature. But at the end of the day, they're gonna have this one piece that's gonna give them what they're used to. And then if you have kids that are believing what you do, believing the program that they have, they'll do whatever you need them to do. At the end of the day, that if you have students that trust you enough to run a band program and stay there, so they'll do what they need to do because they know at the end of the day, you looking out for their best interests.
Right.
Yeah. And another question: how do you feel the band director game like at the moment? How do you feel about like so much shifting in the band director field? Like a band director stay here a year and go somewhere, stay here a year two, go somewhere. You've been at Peabody what, 4?
This going into my 6th year.
I was about to say 4 to 6 years. The consistency. You know, your kids understand your vision because you've been that consistency. As a band director, what do you think goes through a student head when they get comfortable with somebody for a year or two, then they just up and leave, don't say, then they got to start all over in the middle of their junior year, get used to somebody else. How do you think that affect the child as far as band?
Whatever a child is doing, they need consistency. It's hard to have a director who believes one thing and let's go this direction, then all of a sudden it stops. Someone else new comes along and you have to go with this new vision and change what you've been doing. So as far as change, you can't be a consistency with any program when you constantly switching. But you have to understand that sometimes some situation may cause for a band director to have to switch.
Yeah, politics.
Things of that nature. So for the kids, it's best to have somebody who's consistent and who cares of investing in what they're doing. As far as the band goes, you have to want to see them grow, want to see the program grow.
Now, being and see, a lot of people don't understand this, but Peabody has always been a very high academic school.
Yep. Magnet school.
You know, people don't understand that Peabody is Peabody Magnet High School.
Right.
So as far as study hall, you know, it's a lot of people don't know, but I know the community because I've been coming up there since '99, consistently year in year out. Such a small community, and I look at Peabody the same way I look at Northside, the same way I look at St. Louis, you know, the same as Washington Marion. And you know, you could say Opelousas, but Opelousas got 2 bands in that area, Opelousas High and Northwest, being a 1-band community. How do you keep those kids academically sound and interested in the band throughout the whole year? What's your strategy on that?
That part of it is, as far as academics, you have to have a certain GPA to actually participate. So if they want to go to be a part of all of this, you have a GPA requirement, and that's with any organization that's at the school. You have a GPA requirement that you have to maintain, and if they're not pertaining that GPA that they need, I do hear from teachers saying, "Hey, so and so needs this grade to be brought up. They're not doing this and that." Then I'll go on my own on the back end and deal with, "Hey, you need to get this assignment in, or you have, you know, punishment, you're not performing, or whatever the case may be."
Okay.
So you have to be close with those other teachers and not just be by yourself in the band room. You have to go out and have those teachers so they can let you know what's going on.
And you got to have that rapport through the school. And to me, I think that hurts the band when the band director not in tune with other teachers, because if your students don't see you talking to those never ever see you talking to those other teachers, they're never going to be afraid not to get in trouble in the classroom. You know, when a teacher knows she can stop you on the hallway, Mr. Lemon, such and such was acting a fool in my class, and you tell her, oh, bad practice, come see me you know, before you even go join the band. You know, I got, you know, we're gonna do a little talking. We got to find out why you disrupting in this lady class or this man class. You know, it's that teacher relationship that get the fear of the student, because the student wants to be a part of the band. They wants to travel. Mr. Lemon, we going to Lafayette. I ain't never been. Can I go? No, you got to sit out this performance because you act a fool in class. You know, once they realize that you taking something that they want to wear, especially a small community, because what else they gonna do on a Saturday? My friend, my cousin, my brother, they going to Lafayette. I'm sitting at home, nobody to play, nobody to hang with. And you really don't have no options to go nowhere. I mean, you know, Alexander pretty much either you gonna go to Shreveport to do something or Lafayette. And in high school, you ain't got nowhere to go. What, you gonna go across the river to Pineville and throw rocks in the water? You know what I'm saying? Am I lying, Lewis? It's really not. You ain't got no theme parks up there. So you know, a lot of people, a lot of these students are not. They good kids, but they follow the wrong crowd. You know, and that's the problem everywhere I see. You know, when I was in Lake Charles, man, with Tamika, man, we used to go. I want the kids that the teachers would. I want the kids in the band that the teacher said, "Oh, they troublemakers. They ain't gonna do nothing with themselves." I want to take you your 9th grade year, mold you into a classroom setting student. You look, when you come in the band room, you got to act a certain way. Now that I got you in a disciplined mindset, Lewis, I want you to act like that in your other classes. You get what I'm saying? So now you taking ain't going nowhere student, making them a model student, they graduate. And when they see your program producing kids that they thought wasn't gonna graduate, make it 4 years at the school, don't get no trouble and graduate, go to college and do good, guess what they start doing? They start believing in you as a teacher. And they start believing it and won't put in your program. And you know, a lot of people, Lewis, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but a lot of people don't get the backing from the administrations at certain schools because their turnover ratio in bands, students, you get kids in the band, but they're not graduating. You just use them for 4 years and they're not doing nothing. If they see graduation ratio, you'll get the money. Because you can say, listen, I need 30 more uniforms for 30 more kids. You give me 30 uniforms, I can get 30 more kids to graduate. That make me look good. That make the Peabody graduation ratio look good. You know, they'll start buying into your system, and that's the hardest thing these days that band directors having is to get their principals, their administrators, their supervisors to buy into the HBCU style bands. How you feel about that?
I can't say you can't be successful without their support, because that's where you get your funding from. That's where you get I need more kids in my band class. That's where I need to host this program, get money for a trip. So you, number one, need that support of your administration to back you in with everything that you do. As far as getting the kids to buy in, if the kids not seeing anything that's worthwhile coming into, they're not going to want to join the band. They're not going to want to say, oh, I want to get in the band, but that you're not producing quality performances or doing anything that's worthwhile for the kids to be a part of. That's better than, that they think is better than what they're doing now.
Right, man. We have a question in the comments, man. So Lewis, somebody wants to know, how do you treat bad behavior in your band program?
Bad behavior. A lot of stuff that we've been doing is a lot of PT as far as bleachers, running, things of that nature. Excessive. We going to no performances, excessive missing of practice, no performance for that week. A lot of stuff is you got to balance and do as address as it comes, because nothing is a set formula sometimes.
Okay.
I like that.
I like that. Bleachers. I like that.
Bleachers, no man, bleachers. Peabody got mountains over there, boy. That's the need to go high.
So, Lewis, man, give me your top 5 New Orleans high school bands.
Woo. All of them. Just put all of them in the 5. But I do. I have to say one of my favorites probably Aiden Car.
Okay.
I can't argue with that program. What's been going on? There's been consistent, good ever since I've been seeing them.
Okay.
Now, Lewis, I got a question for you.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I got a question for you. What small band you want to battle head up from anywhere in the state of Louisiana that has not showed up to your doorstep, but always talking about they want you?
Oh,
Small band. I don't limit myself to any small band. I'll battle big, small, medium. It ain't got to be the same size with me. We gonna battle who steps across from us.
okay. I like that. And I'm not gonna lie, Lewis, man. Like, I wouldn't mind seeing Peabody go against somebody like maybe Alto out of Texas. I think that would be a good matchup.
Yeah, we seen a few battles before. We never went head to head with them, but yeah, that'll be a good battle to me.
All right, man. People in the comment section, somebody wants to know where's the school. So Peabody is located in Alexandria, Louisiana, y'all. It's like right outside of Shreveport.
Right outside of Ville.
Yeah, around that area, central Louisiana.
We got Damien. Damien, what's up, man? Y'all have any questions? Any questions for Mr. Lemons? No questions? Okay. So Ricky, man, you have any last words, man?
I'm just getting started. I just got back from Walgreens. That's why I wasn't able to come in on the chat earlier.
Man, you can't have this man on here all night. This man got stuff to do.
That man don't have nothing to do. That man a fan director. That man just posted he on break.
Man, look, it's Friday. I'm pretty sure that man got something to do, man.
I've been out 2 weeks, but I still been working. That's the crazy part.
That man want to express his love for the game, man. Be quiet, D.
Hey, man, look, this is my interview, bro.
Hey, I'm the assistant host.
Well, ask some questions then.
Hey, no, as far as I ain't gonna keep you that long, Louis. As far as your teaching methods in beginning, immediate band, if you have those classrooms, what tools do you use as far as long tone slurs? Like any upcoming band director want to know how to fine tune a band. What things do you have? What things do you teach that you'll want to influence a new band director to implement into they starting a new program from ground up or taking over one as far as warming up and stuff?
I have to say long tones for sure because it's gonna get those little muscles consistently playing each of the notes. And it's gonna be a daily thing that's gonna build their playing techniques. Also, spend time on the scales and don't always go to the basic B flat or C concert. Go ahead and take a few minutes to work on the G sharp, all those different scales that they're gonna have to play for audition anyway. So knowing those different scales is going to make their playing that much better and confident. Also, I always take a couple practices just to go over reading basic rhythms. Even if you know they know the rhythms already, just get some rhythm exercises going just to keep them refreshed on what they're doing.
Okay. So Lewis, man, what do you tell a band student who, in their mind they're just not grasping the concept, that they're just not getting it, they're always down themselves? Like, how do you build that confidence in them?
There's gonna be, you gotta be honest with them and let them know it's not a easy task, especially if they're not getting it. But when they're gonna get it is when they consistently practice doing it, practice what you're telling them, and what you're telling them finally clicks. Is gonna be a day where, oh wow, I finally got it. So just consistently pushing them, reminding them that you can do it. It's just going to take more time than average.
Okay, man. We have a question in the comments. Somebody wants to know: did your band fall off due to COVID?
We took a few hits. We probably lost a couple members here and there, but overall, we still had that consistent sound that we normally go for. So you guys have to find a way to bounce back with what's going on.
Okay. Oh, Lewis, man, yeah. I seen that you all having a battle band, man. So tell the people about your battle band that's coming up.
So this battle band is I'm shooting for it to be my biggest one I've had since I've been there. I think this is my third one, but it's going to be tied in with our homecoming week. So,
oh wow,
just a little bit about Peabody homecoming week. When I first got here, I realized it's like a college homecoming because the whole street of where Peabody is blocked off with tailgate. We have the parade that goes around community, 100+ entries in the parade. So why not go with Saturday since the game is on a Friday this year, because our homecoming game is normally on the Saturday. But since it's on a Friday this year, let's go ahead and turn that into an event for homecoming and pack out the stadium with everyone who's coming for homecoming. So I'm shooting for it to be bigger than it's ever been. Hopefully we get a lot of good bands to come in. In the past, we've had Sunset out of Texas, had Carol Faraday, Wiseman Huntington's been there. So we've had some good lineups up before. So we just look to keep building on that.
Okay, and when is that battle?
That battle is October 9th. October 9th, at 6:00 p.m. in Alexandria, Louisiana, Peabody Magnet High School.
Okay. Rick, man, you got any last questions, man? Comments?
Man, I do apologize for being late, but I was on the road all day, man. And I've been here trying to get these graphics and stuff done, man, for these artists. But Lewis, I would want to say this, man. The product that we went up there this year, didn't it?
Yeah, for the homecoming.
Yeah, man. What I saw off that band, bro, I saw kids that wanted it. You know, I saw kids that was like, you know, we want to work, we want to do this, we want to do that. You know, it wasn't like nothing forced up on them. So, and I commend what you and the dance instructor is doing up there. You know, man, keep working, keep striving, and do your best, man. You can only go up. You can't go. You know, you can only go up in the situation that you're in, because you taking something small and making it into a giant. You know, keep pushing, man. People got to respect what you're doing. If they don't respect it, make them respect you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, bump there, Lewis, crank on them. Let's go.
Something in my heart. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you something, Lewis. I ain't never listened to that song until I heard y'all play it at homecoming.
Facts.
Like literally, I never heard that. Don't deserve this fucking fun.
This dude. So Lewis, man, you got any last words, man? Any last comments, man?
First of all, I do, like you said, me and my dance coach, Miss Brianna Eggins, I do want to mention my rest of my band staff, Mr. Deshaun Bowman, who's in charge of my percussion, Miss Lanisha Monet, who does my flag line, and Miss Tracy Cooks, who does my majorettes. They really, all of them, and Miss LaDonica Earthley, who does my flags, they really do more than what they're asked to do, because they do. We all work together with the whole band. So I do appreciate you all for having me on. You know, I just thought I'd come on just to, you know, introduce myself. I feel like some people may not know me as band director of Peabody. They may see Peabody, but they haven't seen the director themselves. So it's been a good time being on.
No problem, man. Also, Lord, man, somebody wants to know, where's our contract? I don't know if you know that person.
I know what that is. Band captain contract for my newly selected band captains. I got them working already, so that contract coming.
What high school you went to?
Oh, I went to Red River High School out of Coshada, Louisiana, up around Shreveport area.
Okay. Y'all was core?
Yeah, we were core style.
Okay, what was your main instrument?
Oh, like I said, high school I did percussion. Then I did baritone once I came to Grambling.
Oh man, that's a major switch.
Right.
Shit, somebody going what that baritone song is? But nah, man, you know, bro, like I say, it was a pleasure coming up there by y'all over the break, you know what I'm saying? Seeing your hard work, seeing how much that you was involved with them kids. And the thing is, you had them in the band room and you told them go in the hallway and line up and you called them out. They were just, I was like, yeah, discipline. You know, discipline brings on success, man. So, shit, it's right.
Oh man, we got some more comments, man. Somebody said tuba player with the dreads is cold. Yeah, shout out to him. Whoever your tuba player is with the dreads, he's nice.
He all right.
All right, man. We got some more comments. Oh, Damien said, man, good luck. Peabody Battle Band is always top of the line.
Mr. Stewart, come on down to the Battle of the Bands. I know you got a band this year. Come on down. We're looking forward to seeing you.
All right. We got Smash Simon in the building. What's going on? Justin, what's up, man? What's up, y'all? But yeah, man, Lewis, man, I just want to appreciate you, man. I want to thank you for, coming and do this interview. And like you said, most people probably didn't really know you. They seen your band, but didn't really see you. So I just wanted to bring you on so people could see you, get the opportunity to talk about your band program, man. And like I said, I'll see you in the fall, bro.
No problem. Good being on.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.
All right.